So this video got 15.9 million views. TikTok acquired Musical.ly in 2017. They created a new algorithm. We have to understand the initial algorithm that Facebook created, which was a friends-only algorithm. So you would post, it would go to your friends, and it would have limited reach. Now what TikTok did is they created an interest-based algorithm. And this interest-based algorithm puts content in front of people that are interested in it. It's as simple as that. Your content goes to an initial batch of around 200 people. And whether or not they engage with it through likes, comments, saves, shares, how long they watch it for, it'll go to a similar audience. And then it'll go to a similar audience until it dies out and people don't engage with it anymore. With a raise of hands, who in here uses social media to promote their clinic? Okay, practically everybody. That's a good sign. With another raise of hands, how many people in here are not happy with their social media performance? Don't be shy. This really helps us. Okay, cool. Well, my name is Luke. This is my younger brother, Jackson. We run a company called High Key, and we're dedicated to helping aesthetic clinic owners grow their digital brands. And specifically, we help you optimize your social media presence, and ultimately, we help bring in more consultations through the door. So for this presentation, we're gonna be going over social media optimization, how you guys can optimize your social media channels and create video content that your patients actually want to watch. And so we have to understand the difference between a clinic brand and a personal brand. These are two separate social media accounts. And the clinic brand is gonna be focused on your guys' team, the services that you offer, promos, and it's pretty much gonna double as a landing page so that people can go to and convert into a patient. Now the personal brand is the individuals, the clinic owners, the physicians, the specialists, the practitioners, and it's gonna be sharing who they are, their stories, their journey of how they got into the position that they're at, their personality, and their expertise. So there's actually 6 benefits of posting on social media that we're gonna be going over. Number 1 is enhanced patient trust and credibility. And so I want you to imagine from the patient's perspective, when they're choosing a service or a provider to go to, all of the questions inside of their head. You know, do I trust this particular clinic? Does this clinic offer the services that I have? Is this clinic going to do the right job that I'm looking for? And then once they search you up online and find that you're the right clinic for them, then they come in for an initial consultation and they have a whole nother set of questions. They're like, is this specific practitioner the right fit for me? Is she actually going to get me the results that I desire? So all of these things from start to finish are doubts that they have in their mind. And all of these doubts with a proper social media presence can be disarmed before they even come into their clinic. And so we do a huge job with social media of educating patients, just like you do in your consultation sessions, before they come into the clinic, so that they already have so many of the questions inside their head answered. Number 2 is differentiation in a competitive market. And I want a raise of hands also just to know that you guys are being attentive here. So with a raise of hands, how many people provide like neurotoxin inside of their clinic? Okay, perfect. So that was about like 50% of the crowd. And so if you really think about it, say somebody was looking for like Botox, and you guys are all, say, in the Dallas area. What's the difference between somebody going to one clinic for Botox compared to another clinic? And this is across many services inside of this space. And the only thing that differentiates you is the trust that they have with your clinic and the experience that they have with your clinic, which makes up your brand. And now a lot of times we focus so much in this aesthetic space on the experience they have when they come into your clinic. How beautiful the front foyer is, how beautiful each of the rooms are, but then we just leave the social media to the wayside. And it looks horrible and not a good representation of our entire clinic. Improve patient conversions. I want you guys to imagine a potential patient coming to your social media page and looking at the details of the page. Can they get to know your personality by looking at the videos? Are there a variety of testimonials and reviews that they can see? Is the page aesthetically pleasing, like your physical location is? 81%
of customers look you up on social media before making a purchasing decision. And in my personal opinion, that's closer to 100%, especially when we're talking about working on an individual's body.
Number 4 is attracting exceptional talent. This is something very little people look at in terms of growing a social media presence. But you guys, when you are hiring people and A-level talent specifically into your clinic, those A-level talent want to see what your clinic is about before even entering the hiring process. The average A-level talent gets hired within 7 days. Benefit number 5 is increased perceived value. I've seen plenty. I think that's a Louis Vuitton bag right there. And so this is like very self-explanatory. It's the difference why somebody would buy Louis Vuitton bag, which is like $1,500 compared to like a $100 Michael Kors bag. And it's really just about the brand. It's about the experience you have going into a Louis Vuitton store. It's the notoriety that you get by carrying around a Louis Vuitton bag and everybody seeing that you have a Louis Vuitton bag. And so that same thing can happen with your clinic of showcasing that on social media.
Last benefit is patient education. With a raise of hands, how many people in here get asked the same question during consultations? So what if we could turn those questions into video content on social media and not only send your current patients there as a resource, but also potential patients be able to see that video content, come to the consultation already prepared, and understand the things that they need to know. So now we're going to be jumping into the next W, which is where to post on social media. We're going to be focusing on Instagram and TikTok specifically because we don't have too much time. This is an example that we're going to be going over of a personal brand, and this is one that we recently did a full revamp audit of, and we're going to be taking it step by step here. So this is the page before. This is a personal brand page, private, hiding behind the scenes, doesn't want to show up on camera. And now we're taking you guys through the revamp. So we have the profile picture, 3 key points for this. We want a smiling headshot. You're inviting them in to your digital presence just like you would invite them in to your clinic. We want to remove the background so that the headshot pops more. And then we ideally want to have a signature ring so that it makes it more unique. Next, we have the Instagram bio. And so there's 5 key points for this one. We want your name and then what you guys do. So for Megan, it's natural solutions for aging women. We want some credibility. So whatever your specialty is, for Megan, it's CEO and founder. And then we want a unique selling proposition. So for her, it's non-invasive treatments only because she uses all the BTL devices. And then we have key search terms that her clients are going to search up on the social media platforms. So postpartum recovery and menopause relief. And then we have location. We want location ideally once in the bio, but twice is better because these are things that people are going to be searching up. So they're going to search up the keywords postpartum recovery in the search bar on social media. And then they're going to follow up with the location because they're looking for something near them. So if you don't have these 2 things, especially location, then you're going to be missing out on customers coming through social media. Then we have book a consult. This is a direct call to action. And we want the call to action to go to the consult page instead of going to the website. Once we go through this entire revamp, you guys should have your Instagram optimized so that they don't have to go through the website. They're already going to be converted through the Instagram page.
Just a quick stat, Gen Z, over 50% of Gen Z uses TikTok and Instagram to search more than Google. And so a lot of practices inside this industry are spending monthly costs on SEO for their website when doing search engine optimization for your Instagram and social media platforms is completely free. And people search on Instagram. I was just speaking with a client a couple of weeks ago who's a plastic surgeon client, and he literally had somebody come in for a tummy tuck surgery. He asked them, "How did you find me?" And she said, "I searched up on Instagram tummy tucks in Newport." And he was the first to pop up.
And for everyone who has an older audience that they'd be posting to, Gen X is the largest growing audience on TikTok right now. So everyone's on social. Next, we have story highlights. With a raise of hands, who in here posts stories on Instagram? Okay, awesome. So these are pretty much those stories getting put into a highlight that are going to be displayed on your Instagram profile. And so there's 3 key points to the story highlights that you guys want to have. You want to have a testimonial section, which is ideally video testimonials. These could be before and after videos. These can be videos of your patient's experience. And then we have treatments. So you guys can have a variety of treatments. For these stories, you ideally want to be posting the education around the treatment and then having a call to action within the story, like DM me if you're interested or DM me if you're struggling from this. Then next, we have some sort of personality building story highlights. So for Megan, it's mom life. For you guys, it could be values and beliefs. It could be lifestyle. It could be your dog. It could be traveling, anything that you guys are interested in that you could relate to another person. So when they come on the page, they're like, oh yeah, I like that too. I already like this person a little more now.
On your Instagram story highlights, one thing is quality over quantity. You don't have to have a ton of Instagram stories. Usually when we do revamps of our clients' Instagrams and we recreate the Instagram stories, it's in chronological sequence in terms of oldest to newest. And so we'll usually recreate stories and post them in the highlights to make sure they're as best as possible, because you want to make sure the first story in the highlight is as engaging as possible.
Yeah, and if you're looking at your story highlights and they're from like 100 weeks ago, this happens a ton, you guys want to keep them as updated as possible, especially the testimonial section. The more you can keep this updated, the better, because then people can see you guys consistently having testimonials coming in on a weekly basis, ideally. Next, we have pin posts. So these are the most important posts on your main feed because they're pinned, so they must be important. So for the personal brand story, this is the first pin post. This is simply sharing your journey of how you got to where you are. If you're a clinic owner, if you're a physician, if you're a specialist, what were all of the trials and tribulations that you guys had to go through? The failures, the wins, the credentials. Be very raw and authentic in this personal brand story, because this is going to be one of your most watched videos when they come to your social media page. And this can be a video where you're just speaking, or it could be a picture, and then you write your description of your entire story. We have this on our pinned Instagrams collaborated across all of us, so you can check out that if you want some inspiration. Next is the day in the life video. So this is taking someone from the start of your day to the end of the day, or the start of your work day to the end of your work day. This is going to allow someone to be with you before booking a consultation or coming into the clinic. Next, we have the full service. And so this is going to be going through your guys' most popular service and walking through it in detail of someone actually experiencing it. So that way, potential patients can see live patients going through that entire walkthrough.
So I just want to quickly re-go through this. This is what it looks like afterwards, but we went through a lot here in a very short period of time. This is just the Instagram profile makeover. But basically, if you see somebody who currently searches up this person online, has doubts in their mind of a clinic or clinic owner, they see absolutely nothing, so they leave. So we switched up the profile picture so when somebody searches them up, that they'll see the actual person and want to connect with them. And then once they land on the page, they can see exactly what they offer, exactly who they work with, and then an easy call to action, because the top performing landing pages only has one unique call to action on it. And then we have the Instagram highlights and the Instagram pin posts, so somebody can come to the page, see exactly what you do, see the testimonials, the case studies, see an exact service walkthrough, and then book a consult with you guys.
Next, we have TikTok. So I want to go through a little bit of the history of TikTok. TikTok acquired Musical.ly in 2017. And when they acquired Musical.ly, they created a new algorithm. Now, to go back 8 years, we have to understand the initial algorithm that Facebook created, which was a friends-only algorithm. So you would post, it would go to your friends, and it would have limited reach. Now, what TikTok did is they created an interest-based algorithm that all the platforms copied: Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, Facebook Reels. And this interest-based algorithm puts content in front of people that are interested in it. It's as simple as that. And so what it looks like is it goes to your content goes to an initial batch of around 200 people. And those 200 people look at it, and whether or not they engage with it through likes, comments, saves, shares, how long they watch it for, it'll go to a similar audience. and then it'll go to a similar audience until it dies out and people don't engage with it anymore. And so to create a viral video, you have to create content that a lot of people are interested in. This is what we're going to be jumping into in this next section here. First little stat, 91% of people, when they go onto these social media platforms, prefer consuming content this way. Why? Because it's easy, it's passive. They can hop on and they're viewing exactly what they're interested in. And so all we have to do is play to the algorithm's games and create content that people actually want to watch. So who to post to on social media? If we don't know who we're posting to on social media, it's like fishing in an ocean without any bait on your hook. Fish are going to swim by, but they're not going to bite. So we have to find the right bait for the right type of fish. If you guys don't know who that fish is, who that audience is that you're looking to target on social media, possibly because you offer so many different things and there's so many different demographics coming into your guys' clinics, I want you to answer these two questions, and these should be very easy for you guys to answer. What is the most common service you offer, and what type of person do you serve the most? That's who you're targeting on social media. Then, from that audience, we develop a content problem or a customer problem list. And so remember the consultations with all the questions that you guys get asked? Put those into problems, because those are problems. They're asking those questions for a reason. So write down 4 to 5 of those problems, the most common questions you guys get asked. Now we go into what to post on social media. We have the audience, we have the problems, and now we need to deliver the content solutions. And you guys already have the solutions. You answer your patients consistently with the consultation questions that they have. And so just write down the solutions. And these will be turned into video content. Okay, so what she said is, we don't really want anyone to know we got Botox. This is the first 3 seconds. Now, what we want to do in the first 3 seconds is we want to evoke curiosity like she did. And she didn't only evoke curiosity for people that are interested in getting Botox, but also people who haven't gotten Botox. So she's winning both audiences. We want to disrupt and capture attention, which she does in this video because it's never been said before. So when we regurgitate things that have been said before, it's less unique and it's not as interesting. Now that was verbal. There's nonverbal attention grabbers that are just as important, if not more important.
Damn, your girl so fine, but her breath is like, whoa. She says she wanna dance, but she don't know how to, whoa. I'm iced out, ooh, looking like a star, whoa.
So this video got 15.9 million views. You wanna break that down with the ads?
Yeah, 15.9 million views. If you guys run direct ads, like Facebook ads and Instagram ads, like 15.9 million views to get that on Facebook ads would be about like $25,000 to $30,000. And they did one video, completely free to post, spent a little bit of time creating it with the right formula, 15.9 million views.
So nothing's said in this video, so what's making it go viral? We have the text box. So we have Botox versus no Botox. And I want to stay on this for a second. With a raise of hands, how many people in here use M-Face in their clinic? Great. So what are some ways that we could take this idea and improve it? You guys are like, improve it, 15.9 million views, how can you improve something like that? What if we did Botox versus no Botox versus M-Face? Or M-Face versus no Botox? Or M-Face versus Botox? There's 3 ideas that we just took from this one video that's already gone viral, already been tested in the algorithms, that you guys can take. I don't know who's going to create it first in this crowd, but
that's
whoever
something
does,
he literally just thought of on the fly. Nobody has created that video.
Whoever does create it, good job. You're an action taker, and you're very likely to go viral with one of those ideas. Next, we have visuals and background. So the visuals in this is 2 girls, and the background is they're in a clinic. That one's playing again? Okay, nice. And props and unique movements. So props in this video, none used. Another improvement point that we can make. We could use an injectable, someone holding up an injectable, someone with the M-face device. We've just added a ton to this video potentially. When someone thought, oh, no one can create a viral video, like 15.9 million views, like how are you gonna beat that?
So the first 3 seconds that we explained included the verbal, so what's being said in the first 3 seconds, but all the non-verbal things. The text on the screen in the first 3 seconds, the props being used, the unique movements, all the things that we just had up on the screen. And so understanding that is when you look at a viral video where you use the technique of going onto the TikTok Explorer, filtering for the most liked videos, seeing viral content, you need to understand why it went viral so you can recreate it properly. Because a lot of people can see a piece of viral content and be like, how do I recreate this to make it go viral again?
Yeah. The last point is unique movements. They're making facial expressions, but I'm sure you guys have seen videos where like people are like twirling into scene. You know, that's capturing attention right away when someone's scrolling because it's unique. The next point is the value that you're providing in your content. And this is super important because you have to be able to educate, inspire, or entertain. And if your content doesn't do that, then it's not a good piece of content. And if it can do all 3, then it's an amazing piece of content.
And if there's one thing we can guarantee from being on stage, if you guys go back, and I know a lot of you guys use social media, if you go back, look on your TikTok and look on your Instagram and watch a video, I can guarantee you any single video that has performed well fits under one of these buckets or under multiple. Every single short form video is either educational, inspirational, or entertaining, or a combination of them.
The last point is the consistency of content. I'm actually not too concerned about this one for this crowd. It's almost 6:30, and you guys have been here since 8. You guys are action takers. You guys want to learn. I don't see once you start the content creation process and creating video content from what we've went over, that you guys are going to stop and you guys are going to be inconsistent. Am I right? That's what I'm talking about.
Jackson looked at his watch and there's no way it's the right time.
It is the right time, yeah. My girlfriend was like, you need to have that as the right time. I'm like, what? I would just check my phone.
But anyways, guys, what we did here today was give you guys a bunch of generalized information. And the reason we came out to this BTL event is because we want to help each and every one of you. Z brought us out to this event, Sam brought us out to this event, and he wanted us to help as many of you. We actually brought out our entire core team of head managers. They're over by our booth outside. And we really want to sit down with as many of you guys one-on-one so we can give you guys customized information, because the only way we can do that is if we look at your Instagram presence and look at your specific Google presence and then tell you guys the immediate things that you guys can change. So that QR code goes directly to a page where you can book a time where we meet in person today or tomorrow at any time with our team. And then that number actually is Jax's personal number. So it might take him a while to get back.
I'm going to be up all night.
Yeah, but that's it from us.
Yeah.
Looking forward to talking with you guys one-on-one and appreciate it. Thanks for letting us stay late.
Yeah. We'll also be here all day tomorrow.